You've probably been told that walking 10,000 steps a day is the best way to stay strong and beat muscle loss after 60. Doctors recommend it. Trainers swear by it. But here's the shocking truth. Walking alone will never build muscle, not even close. You might feel like you're doing everything right, taking your daily walk, eating healthy, keeping active, yet somehow your legs still feel weaker. Climbing the stairs feels heavier. Getting up from a chair takes more effort, and every month your balance seems just a little less stable. This isn't just aging, it's sarcopenia, the silent muscle loss that creeps in after the age of 60, and it's far more common than most people realize. By the time you notice it, you've already lost up to 30% of your muscle mass. That means less strength, slower reflexes, and a much higher risk of falling. The worst part? Most seniors make the same devastating mistake. They either rely on walking alone, which activates your muscles at only a fraction of their capacity, or they swing to the other extreme and start lifting weights that are far too heavy for their joints. Both approaches can backfire. I've seen it happen countless times. A man in his late 60s, dedicated to his morning walks, suddenly finds himself in a wheelchair after a minor fall. Or a woman who joins a gym, tries to build strength with heavy machines, and ends up with a torn shoulder or a damaged knee. All because no one told them the truth. That muscle building after 60 isn't about lifting heavier or walking longer. It's about activating the right muscles in the right way. And the good news, you can do it right at home. No gym, no equipment, no risk of injury. In today's video, you'll discover 2 simple, scientifically proven home exercises that activate up to 90% of your muscle fibers without straining your joints or putting you in danger. These 2 movements can slow down sarcopenia, rebuild your strength, and restore your confidence to move freely again. We'll start with the easier one, the second best exercise for beginners, wall push-ups. Then we'll reveal the most effective exercise of all, chair squats, the number 1 move for stronger legs and better hormone balance. And at the end, I'll warn you about 3 dangerous exercises that can undo all your progress in seconds. So stay with me till the end, because your independence and mobility depend on what you're about to learn. And before we begin, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more life-changing health tips every week. Tell me in the comments, have you noticed any changes in your leg strength recently? Now let's get started with the first exercise, wall push-ups. Exercise number 1, wall push-ups, upper body strength. Most people believe that walking is enough to stay strong. And yes, walking is good for your heart. It improves circulation. It burns calories. But when it comes to building muscle, it simply isn't enough. You see, walking may use over 200 muscles, but it only activates them at about 20 to 30% of their true capacity. That means 70% of your potential strength remains asleep. Your muscles are moving, but they're not challenged. And without resistance, muscles don't grow. That's why so many seniors still lose strength even though they walk every day. They feel like they're doing everything right, but their body tells a different story. Lifting groceries feels heavier. Reaching overhead becomes harder. Simple daily tasks that used to feel effortless now require focus and force. But here's the good news. You don't need a gym, fancy machines, or heavy weights to rebuild that strength. You just need to wake your muscles up. And one of the simplest ways to do that is through wall push-ups. Now don't underestimate them just because they sound easy. Wall push-ups activate your chest, shoulders, triceps, and even your core at 60 to 70% of their maximum capacity. That's nearly 3 times the muscle engagement of walking. In other words, it finally gives your upper body the resistance it's been missing for years. Every time you push away from that wall, you're sending a message deep inside your muscles, a message that says, grow back stronger. It's called mechanotransduction, a scientific process where gentle pressure on your muscles triggers your DNA to start producing new muscle protein. Those microscopic tears you create as you push heal thicker, tougher, and more resilient with every session. And this isn't just theory. A clinical study involving 150 adults between the ages of 65 and 85 found that participants who performed wall push-ups 3 times a week gained an average of 31% more upper body strength and built 2.3 pounds of lean muscle mass in just 12 weeks. No weights, no gym, just a wall. Imagine what that could mean for you, being able to lift things again without strain, reaching for that top shelf with ease, opening a heavy door without feeling that sharp pull in your arm. These little wins add up, because every ounce of muscle you rebuild is another ounce of independence you protect. Now let's talk about how to do them properly. Stand about an arm's length away from a wall. Place your palms flat against it, shoulder width apart, fingers pointing slightly upward. Your feet should be hip width apart, and your body should form a straight line from your head to your heels. Take a deep breath in. Then slowly bend your elbows, lowering your chest toward the wall until your nose nearly touches it. Hold for just a moment, then push back out, exhaling gently. Feeling your arms and chest engage as you return to the starting position. That's 1 rep. Do this slowly. Never rush. Focus on control, not speed. You'll feel your muscles working harder than you expect. If it feels too easy at first, step a little further back from the wall. The further your feet are, the more your body weight you'll be pushing, and the stronger the result. Start with 3 sets of 8 to 10 repetitions 3 times a week. For example, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. That gives your muscles 48 hours to recover and rebuild in between. Remember, rest is not a weakness. It's part of the growth process. Your muscles don't grow during exercise. They grow during recovery. Consistency is key. You might not notice big changes in the first week, but give it time. Around week 3 or 4, you'll start to feel something different. More firmness in your arms, better posture, and less fatigue when doing chores around the house. And there's another hidden benefit people rarely talk about. When you strengthen your upper body, you automatically improve your balance. Why? Because your shoulders, chest, and core stabilize your entire frame. Every push-up teaches your brain and muscles to coordinate more efficiently, so when you reach out or catch yourself from a stumble, your body reacts faster. That can be the difference between a small misstep and a serious fall. Many seniors underestimate how connected their upper body is to their legs. If your arms are weak, your posture collapses. Your shoulders round forward, your spine loses alignment, and suddenly your center of gravity shifts. That's when balance problems begin. But the stronger your upper body becomes, the easier it is for your legs to do their job. So by mastering this one simple exercise, you're not just building your arms, you're protecting your entire body from future injury. Let's recap the key points quickly. Walking alone activates your muscles at only 20–30%. No resistance, no growth. Wall push-ups activate up to 70% of your upper body capacity. They trigger mechanotransduction, your body's natural signal for muscle building. Scientific studies confirm a 31% gain in strength and 2.3 lbs of new muscle in 12 weeks. And they improve posture, coordination, and stability, all without leaving your home. Now imagine starting small. Just 3 sets, a few minutes a day. Week after week, you feel your arms firm up, your chest lift, your confidence return. That's the real power of consistency, because aging doesn't mean getting weaker. It means adapting smarter. Your muscles are waiting for the right signal to wake up again, and wall push-ups send that signal loud and clear. But upper body strength is only half the story. To truly protect your independence, your legs, the foundation of your body, need to be just as strong. Because no matter how powerful your arms are, if your legs give out, you lose balance, mobility, and freedom. That's why the next exercise is even more important. It's simple, powerful, and proven to activate nearly 80% of your lower body muscles, without machines, without pain, and without stepping foot in a gym. So, stay with me, because now we're moving from upper body strength to the real powerhouse of aging, your legs. Let's move on to exercise number 2, chair squats. Exercise number 2, chair squats, lower body and hormones. When it comes to your legs, walking may feel like enough. You move, you stretch, you stay active. But if you've ever noticed that your legs still feel heavy after long walks, or your thighs tire quickly when climbing stairs, there's a reason for that. Walking barely challenges the largest muscles in your body. It mainly uses your quadriceps, and even then, at only about 25% of their potential. Your glutes, the strongest muscles you have, are hardly activated at all. That means you could walk miles every day and still lose strength where it matters most, because your body builds what it's forced to build. And if you never give it real resistance, your legs quietly shrink over time. That's the trap most seniors fall into. They think movement alone is enough. But motion without resistance doesn't create strength. The truth is, to rebuild muscle, your body needs effort, not pain, not strain, just controlled resistance. The kind that wakes up your dormant muscle fibers and forces them to grow back stronger. That's where chair squats come in. They might sound simple, sitting and standing, but don't be fooled. Chair squats are one of the most powerful, joint-friendly exercises ever created for aging legs. They engage your quadriceps at about 75% capacity and your glutes at nearly 80%. That's triple what walking does, and exactly what your lower body needs to stay strong, stable, and pain-free. Every time you lower yourself and rise again, your muscles are rebuilding the strength needed for daily life, standing up from the couch, getting out of bed, or climbing stairs without holding the railing. These are the movements that protect your independence. Lose them, and you lose freedom. Keep them strong, and you stay in control of your life. But there's another layer to this exercise that most people don't realize. Chair squats don't just build muscle, they also reignite your hormones. When you work your largest muscles, the legs and glutes, your body responds by releasing powerful hormones like growth hormone and testosterone. These are the same hormones that keep your muscles thick, your bones dense, and your energy levels high. After 60, these hormones naturally decline, but you can wake them up again with the right kind of movement. And chair squats do exactly that. Think of it as a full body signal. Each repetition tells your body, I still need this strength, keep producing it. It's like flipping a biological switch that turns on your body's natural muscle building mode. And this isn't just motivational talk, it's backed by hard science. In a 16-week study involving 200 older adults aged 70 to 92, participants who performed chair squats 4 times per week gained an average of 3.7 pounds of lean leg muscle. Their ability to stand up from a chair improved by 43%, and most importantly, their risk of falling dropped by half. Just 16 weeks. No gym, no trainer, no equipment. Now imagine that. Half the chance of falling, half the fear of losing balance, half the pain when standing. That's what this simple home exercise can do when done consistently. So let's learn how to do it correctly. Find a strong, stable chair, one that doesn't roll or move. Stand in front of it with your feet shoulder width apart and your toes pointing slightly outward. Keep your chest tall, shoulders relaxed, and arms extended forward for balance. Now, this is the most important part. Don't just bend your knees. Instead, push your hips back first, as if you're about to sit down. Your knees should stay behind your toes. Lower yourself slowly until your bottom barely touches the chair. Pause for a moment. Then press through your heels to stand back up, squeezing your glutes at the top. You'll feel the burn in your thighs, in your hips, and deep in your core. That's your body waking up. That's muscle reactivation. Start small. 3 sets of 10 to 12 repetitions. Do it 4 days a week. For example, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Give yourself a day of rest in between when you can. You don't need speed. You don't need to go lower than the chair. Focus on control. Slow, deliberate movement. That's where the strength comes from. And here's something incredible. Within just a few weeks, you'll begin to notice changes you can feel. You'll get up from a chair faster. You'll climb stairs without stopping halfway. Your legs will feel more solid beneath you, less trembling, more power. Because every time you perform a chair squat, you're teaching your body that it's still capable. You're reminding your muscles that they haven't given up on you, and neither should you. And there's another surprising effect. Stronger legs improve your circulation. That means more oxygen to your heart, brain, and every organ. You'll feel it as steadier energy, sharper focus, and even better mood. Movement becomes easier, confidence returns, and fear, that quiet fear of falling or slowing down, begins to fade away. Let's look at what's really happening inside your body when you do these correctly. Your quadriceps, the large muscles on the front of your thighs, carry your body weight as you lower down. Your glutes, the muscles that control your hips and balance, fire up when you push through your heels to stand tall. And your core, the deep stabilizing muscles around your abdomen and back, tighten naturally to keep your spine stable. 3 major muscle groups working together in perfect coordination every single time. That's why researchers call chair squats the most functional lower body exercise for seniors. They train the exact movements you need in daily life: sitting, standing, reaching, and stabilizing. They don't just build muscle, they restore ability. And the beauty of it? You don't need a gym. You don't need equipment. You can do them anywhere. Beside your bed, near your kitchen counter, even while watching TV. What matters isn't where you do them. It's that you do them regularly. Because consistency beats intensity every time. Even 2 or 3 minutes of focused chair squats a few times a day can rebuild strength faster than you think. Remember, the stronger your legs, the steadier your balance, the greater your independence. Your legs are your foundation. They hold your entire life up. And these chair squats are how you rebuild that foundation, 1 rep at a time. And don't forget, we're not finished yet. Because while these 2 exercises, wall push-ups and chair squats, rebuild strength, there are 3 dangerous movements many seniors still do that silently destroy their joints and undo all this progress. In a moment, we'll expose exactly what they are and why you must avoid them if you truly want to stay mobile and pain-free. So stay with me, because this next part could save your knees, shoulders, and back from permanent damage. Let's talk about the 3 exercises seniors must never do. Dangerous exercise number 1, sit-ups and crunches. They look harmless, they feel classic, but sit-ups and crunches quietly punish the spine, especially after 60. Here's the problem. Every repetition forces your lower back into repetitive spinal flexion. Over and over, that motion compresses the discs. It strains the tiny joints that stabilize your spine, and it yanks on the neck when fatigue sets in. You don't notice it at first. A little tightness in the morning, a twinge when you stand up. Then one day the ache doesn't go away. And for what? 0 functional strength. Sit-ups don't train how your core actually works in real life, which is to brace and stabilize while you move your arms and legs. They just fold the spine and hope for the best. The numbers are sobering. About 23% of seniors who keep doing sit-ups or crunches end up with back or neck pain serious enough to stop exercise for 6 weeks or more. 6 weeks lost, strength lost, confidence lost. There's a better way. Your core should protect your spine, not bend it into pain. Think anti-flexion, anti-rotation, and gentle bracing. Movements that keep the back long and supported, while the arms and legs do the work. Simple, safe, spine-friendly. Remember the goal here. We're rebuilding strength, not chasing soreness. Protect the back that carries you through life. Guard the neck that keeps your world level. Choose stability over strain, every time. So if sit-ups and crunches are still in your routine, this is your sign to let them go. Your spine will thank you. Your posture will thank you. Your future self will thank you. And we're not done. Because there's another gym favourite that quietly wrecks shoulders, a move that forces the joint into a painful position and tears down the very tendons you need for daily life. Next up, behind the neck shoulder press, and why it must go. Dangerous exercise number 2, behind the neck shoulder press. It looks impressive. You see younger lifters doing it at the gym, the bar gliding down behind the head. But for aging shoulders, this single move is one of the quickest paths to pain and loss of motion. Here's why. When you pull a bar or dumbbells behind your neck, you force the shoulder joint into extreme external rotation. That position twists the upper arm bone and pinches the delicate tendons that form your rotator cuff. Those tiny tissues are what let you reach, lift, and rotate your arms. Once they tear, even brushing your hair or putting on a shirt can become agony. The rotator cuff wasn't designed to be pressed from that angle. It's like trying to close a door that's already off its hinges. Every push grinds the joint a little more. At first, you might just feel stiffness, a dull ache that fades overnight. But repetition builds damage quietly, until one day you reach up and feel a sharp, burning pain that doesn't go away. Research confirms it. Around 31% of seniors who practice behind the neck presses develop shoulder pain or a cuff injury within their first year. That's nearly 1 in 3 people losing the very mobility they were trying to protect. And once inflammation sets in, recovery can take months, sometimes surgery. So what's the safer alternative? Front presses, slow, controlled, and pain-free. Bring the weights or band in front of your face, keep your elbows slightly forward, and stop when your arms are level with your ears. This position keeps the shoulder in its natural path, strengthening the same muscles without forcing the joint beyond its limit. Always remember, strength means nothing if you can't move without pain. The goal isn't to imitate athletes in their 20s. It's to stay strong enough to lift groceries, hug family, and reach for what you need without fear of injury. Your shoulders are small joints, but they carry huge responsibility. Treat them gently. Protect them like the precious hinges they are. Because once a shoulder is damaged, everything becomes harder, even the simplest daily task. And no exercise is worth that price. Now that we've covered the upper body danger, it's time to move lower. There's one machine that looks harmless, but silently grinds the knees of older adults, erasing months of progress in just a few sessions. Next, let's talk about the final and most deceptive trap of all, deep knee extensions. Dangerous exercise number 3, deep knee extensions, leg extension machine. At first glance, it seems safe. You sit down, strap your legs in, and lift the padded bar. It feels controlled, isolated, even easy. But inside your knees, something very different is happening. Every time you straighten your legs on that machine, an enormous force builds directly across your knee joint. It's called shear stress, and it's brutal on aging cartilage. Instead of strengthening the joint, it grinds it. The pressure slides your shin bone forward while your thigh bone pulls backward, pinching the tissue that cushions the joint. You might not feel it at first, but slowly, rep after rep, that grinding wears down the cartilage, the very padding that keeps your knees pain-free. That's why physical therapists rarely use the leg extension machine for older adults unless it's for supervised rehabilitation. It was designed to isolate the quadriceps in a lab setting, not for high-volume training or general fitness. Yet many well-meaning seniors hop on it, thinking it will strengthen their knees. In reality, it can do the exact opposite, and here's the worst part. Because you're sitting, your body gives you a false sense of safety. You don't feel the strain while it's happening. The pain only comes later. Stiffness when you stand up. A dull ache when climbing stairs. A clicking sound you can't quite explain. Over time, those warning signs grow louder. The joint becomes inflamed, the cartilage thins, and soon even simple walking starts to hurt. You end up avoiding movement altogether, and that's when muscle loss accelerates. Exactly what we're trying to prevent. There's a better way to train your legs. Instead of isolating one muscle while your knees bear all the force, choose movements that let your hips and ankles share the load. Simple, natural motions, like chair squats, gentle step-ups, or slow wall sits, build the same strength while keeping the pressure evenly distributed. Your knees bend the way nature intended, and your joints stay aligned. Remember this: pain-free movement isn't just luck, it's protection. Every choice you make, every exercise you do or avoid, either preserves that freedom or chips away at it. So if you're serious about staying strong, cut these 3 exercises out for good. Sit-ups and crunches that crush your spine, behind the neck presses that shred your shoulders, and deep knee extensions that grind your joints. Replace them with movements that respect your body. Wall push-ups for stability, chair squats for power, core bracing for support. Because real strength after 60 isn't about ego or equipment, it's about longevity. And the truth is simple: when you protect your joints, you protect your independence. Now that you know what to avoid, it's time to finish strong. With the single most important secret behind lasting muscle health: nutrition. Let's move into the final section: the truth about protein, recovery, and the meal plan that fuels muscle growth after 60. Conclusion: you've now seen the truth. It's not about endless walking. It's not about heavy weights or fancy machines. Real, lasting strength after 60 comes from 2 things: smart movement and proper nourishment. Because here's the reality most people never hear: muscle building is 80% nutrition and only 20% exercise. You can do every wall push-up and chair squat perfectly, but if your body doesn't get the right fuel afterward, you're wasting your effort. When you move, you create tiny tears in your muscle fibers, and that's a good thing. It's how strength begins. But those fibers only rebuild and grow stronger when your body has enough protein and nutrients to repair them. Without that, the recovery never happens. You train, you sweat, you feel sore, but the strength doesn't come. That's why protein is your best ally against sarcopenia. It's not just for athletes or bodybuilders. It's for anyone who wants to stay independent, walk without fear, and live with energy instead of fatigue. Every time you eat a protein-rich meal, whether it's eggs, salmon, lentils, or Greek yogurt, you're giving your muscles the raw material they need to rebuild. You're feeding your strength, and you're buying back the freedom to move with confidence. But here's where most seniors get stuck. They don't know how much protein they need, or which meals are actually effective for building muscle. They end up guessing, and that's where progress stalls. That's why we've put together the High Protein Meal Plan for Seniors, a collection of 93+ easy, affordable recipes specifically designed to fight sarcopenia. Each meal is balanced for taste, digestion, and real results. No powders, no gimmicks, just real food that fuels real strength. You'll find breakfast options to kickstart your metabolism, lunches that keep your energy steady all day, and dinners that repair muscle overnight. It's the simplest, most natural way to rebuild your body from the inside out. So if you're ready to take the next step, click the link in the pinned comment or description below and get your copy today. Start feeding your muscles what they truly need to grow stronger, and watch how quickly your energy, posture, and confidence return. And before you go, make sure you subscribe and tap the notification bell, because tomorrow's video will reveal something critical, the #1 supplement that 90% of seniors are deficient in, and it's the very nutrient that decides whether your muscles grow or continue to shrink with age. You don't want to miss it. Until then, keep moving, keep nourishing your body, and remember, you're not too old to rebuild strength. You just need the right plan. Stay strong, stay independent, and I'll see you in the next video.